I'm too sexy for the land, too sexy for the land.
It's Carnival week in Provincetown. An unlikely time for me to show up on the tip of Cape Cod. Still, I have the time and no one to spend it with. So I signed up for a creative writing class at the Fine Arts Work Center over on the east end of town. I thought taking a class in Provincetown would bring me together with handsome men, fellow artists and writers. Here are my classmates. Tessa, a 40-ish hippie filmmaker from Austin. Tina, who's finishing up her MFA at Emerson. Joan, a 60-something housewife with a husky smoker's voice and a cough to match. Randy, with an I, a performer on the women's circuit. Deborah, Dina, Laura, Lisa, these women, like their names, run together in my mind since, as you'll recall, I was hoping to meet a hot man. There is one other fellow, besides the married straight instructor in the class. That man with his dark chocolate skin, white teeth, and lean muscular build is nice looking and about my age. My gaydar beeps, and I imagine a liaison between us until he mentions his partner of 15 years, who turns out to be white, lean, and equally good looking. After several days in town, I slipped into a store called Body Body. I'd been there the previous fall during a sale when their prices were adjusted from utterly ridiculous to merely expensive. Body Square's clothes are designed for men with biceps like melons and butts like cantaloupes, not for thin, hairy, middle-aged guys like me. Their clothes expose one's physique, microscopic swimsuits and sheer mesh t-shirts. Heading back to the sale rack, I discovered that 50% of $200 is still a lot of money. But I persisted and eventually found a sky blue tank top, size medium. A bit short, a little snug, but well designed to display what little musculature I had. A few minutes later, I was back out on Commercial Street, the town's main drag. Looking around, my eyes bugged out at the sight of one mouth-watering beauty after another, their buff pecs and butter-smooth skin on display for all to see. Meanwhile, I felt like a human blood clot, an obstruction, a burden. I wasn't looking for a one-night stand. I simply wanted to be seen by one of these handsome studs strutting by in their tank tops and cargo shorts. As I walked against the flow of traffic, most of the men were heading over to tea dance at the Boat Slip, a local bar. I understood for the first time the frustration of teenage girls. Like them, I pulled back my shoulders, straightened my back, and thrust out my chest, determined to fill out my version of a training run. For a moment or two, I felt pretty good about myself. After all, my chest and flat stomach remained north of the equator, and I still had bladder control. But my pecs, the ones I've been developing slowly over the last year at Workout World, barely made an impression against the cotton fabric of my new shirt. As I scanned the crowd, black-haired brunette and blonde, all bronzed and sculpted, I pulled the shirt down, forcing it to fit my body. But there was still a gap at chest height, as if the shirt were waiting for me to grow into it. I am a 51-year-old man, hearing aid tucked discreetly behind my left ear, striving for youth, lusting after men a decade younger. But the only look I gather is from a dusty, wizened character about my age, leaning against a storefront. Still, he examined me with a look that might have been lust or simply curiosity. Eventually the air cooled, the shirt chafed against my dry sunburned skin, and I changed into a loose-fitting button-down number that allowed me to walk normally and breathe naturally. The next week, I was back at the gym doing the pec fly and the chest press. Next summer, when I return to Provincetown, I hope to finally fill out my new shirt. In the meantime, I welcome fall with its cooler weather and looser, less revealing clothes, which leave my flaws and assets to the imagination of the viewer.